Hello, I'm Kimilia, and this is KiniNews. MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki defended his swift response yesterday in regard to the Selangor state government project, which had courted criticism. This was on the issue with a Selangor transport project awarded to Azam Mobiliti Technologies, where the husband of Youth and Sports Minister Hannah Yeoh is the CEO. Azam said it was his duty to clear the air whenever an investigation revealed no offence had been committed. He reiterated that MACC found no offence in the awarding of the contract, as there was no element of power abuse involving Yeoh. He said the MACC has to stick to the facts of the case and stressed that they are not politicians. Meanwhile, in response to UMNO Supreme Council member Mohammad Puad Zarkashi's criticism of the issue, Azam said former Minister Shahrizad Abdul Jalil was never investigated over the NF Corp case. Azam said authorities had investigated her husband and he had been charged in court. Puad had commented on the matter in a post on Facebook. So what did he say on the issue? Let's take a look.
UMNO Supreme Council member Puad Zarkashi has questioned why MACC investigated Shahrizad Abdul Jalil in the National Feedlot Corporation case. This comes amidst an uproar over a Selangor project being awarded to a firm linked to Youth and Sports Minister Hannah Yeoh's husband. In a post on Facebook, Puad said that according to the MACC boss, the minister's husband got a contract from the Selangor government, and she is the Youth and Sports Minister, so there is no connection. He said this meant there is no need to investigate, even if it is not through an open tender, and it is not a conflict of interest. Puad said, if this was the case, then why was Shahrizad investigated in the feedlot issue? He added that in the end the court proved that her family was the victim of slander for 12 years. Yesterday, MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki reportedly said he saw no issue with the transport project awarded to Azam Mobiliti Technologies. He said this is because the contract was awarded by a different entity, which is the Selangor government, and not by Yeoh's ministry.
Anwar also responded to the issue. When asked for comments, Anwar said it was up to authorities to investigate if there was any reports. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim said authorities should investigate any reports lodged over alleged abuse of process in the Selangor government's appointment of Azam Mobiliti Technologies Sendirian Berhad, just like any other case. Speaking to reporters in Kuala Lumpur today, Anwar said if there was any report against Azam Mobiliti, the probe should be transparent and the authorities should provide an explanation.
Itu serah kepada authorities. Kalau dia orang ada report, they should be transparent in their investigations. Kalau ada report, ada siasatan dan ada penjelasan apa proses dia. Saya itu harus dianggap sebagai satu kes biasa yang patut disiasat. Saya tidak masalah.
His remarks today came after MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki said there was no issue with the project being awarded to the firm that has Youth and Sports Minister Hannah Yeoh's husband as its CEO. Azam Mobiliti was one of two companies selected for the Selangor Mobility Demand Responsive Transit or DRT service project. Critics have alleged abuse of process in the selection. If you'd like access to news like this and more, subscribe now to Malaysia Kini and support independent media. A former law minister has called on the judiciary to maintain their independence by saying no to applications for a gag order on political-related case. Former Law Minister Zaid Ibrahim has urged the judiciary to be careful in issuing gag orders in political-related cases. He said that such a move is an overkill. This comes after the high courts in Johor Bahru and Kuala Lumpur barred Bersatu's Cikgu Bard and pro-opposition blogger Papagomo from making any statements related to sedition charges they were facing. In a statement, Zaid said the judiciary is the people's last hope of defense against an onslaught on basic liberties. He said it should not easily grant gag orders because it is applied by the prosecution. Zaid added that only the judiciary is detached and independent of the Prime Minister's office, and they should maintain that independence by saying no to applications for a gag order. Zaid stressed that the court does not have to resort to gag orders to enforce sub judice rules. Instead, he said the judiciary can maintain its integrity by using its contempt powers when needed. He added that freedom of speech is worth protecting if we want a relatively free country. Anwar has defended the government's tough action on 3R-related issues. The action had indirectly contributed to Malaysia's downgrade in the annual Reporters Without Borders World Press Freedom Index. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has defended the government's tough action against inflammatory speeches. This had indirectly contributed to Malaysia's downgrade in the annual Reporters Without Borders annual World Press Freedom Index. In a speech at the National Journalists' Day 2024 held in Kuching, Sarawak yesterday, Anwar noted RSF's criticisms against the government. He said if they allow racism to flourish, fascism or religious bigotry to have free reign in this country, they must anticipate friction, racial strife and religious disharmony. Anwar said he didn't mind and it does not matter if we are downgraded because we are tough against the racists and the religious bigots. He said in his mind, saving the country, protecting the rights of the majority and the minorities is more important than getting high marks or international recognition. Anwar said prior to taking office as Prime Minister, he had travelled the world as an opposition leader and received international accolades for his views on the need for a free press. In his current position of power, he reaffirmed there will be no compromise of his stand on the importance of a free media. He also stressed on the importance of a media code of ethics that rises above external controlling factors, including the government or media owners. Still on the topic, Lawyers for Liberty said Anwar's remarks were embarrassing, dishonest, and totally unacceptable. Lawyers for Liberty has hit out at Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. This was for his defense of the government's tough action on inflammatory speeches and dismissing Malaysia's declining ranking in the World Press Freedom Index. LFL Director Zaid Malik said Anwar's message was embarrassing, dishonest and totally unacceptable. He said the message coming from a sitting Prime Minister smacks of arrogance and is the kind of response that one would expect from a leader of a banana republic. Zaid was referring to Anwar's remarks yesterday where he had noted criticisms from international watchdog Reporters Without Borders and said it does not matter if Malaysia was downgraded because we are tough against the racist and the religious bigots. Zaid, however, insisted that Anwar had failed to address the real basis of RSF's criticisms and instead fallen back on the often repeated 3R excuse. He said the real basis of RSF's report on Malaysia was the blocking of news portals that are critical of the government such as Utusan TV, TV Pertiwi and Malaysia Now. He added that TikTok videos of government critics have also been blocked by the MCMC. Zaid also urged the government to take Malaysia's downgrade in the World Press Freedom Index seriously and to accept that it is caused by the increasing action in blocking or censoring critical press. Malaysia's position in the World Press Freedom Index had fallen 34 places to 107th position compared to 73 last year. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news update. If you would like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.